Hey everybody, it is TorontoUnicorn here. I am freshly in the mood to tell a story. I am good vibes. You know what I mean. I just moved to join. I'm here to tell you a story that sparked my memory recently, and I'm remembering it so vividly for like the first time in so long that I wanted to share it on here and do it live so that you see the story and see the energy come across my face of what happened. So I've always been into guys. I've always had crushes on guys my whole life. There was no such period of time where I was like, ooh, cooties. I was the one that taught my friends in the school's, staircases how to do certain things on boys. Keep in mind, this is YouTube. I would normally never watch what I say like this otherwise. That's why I've got podcasts and a fan page, by the way. But on YouTube, I will say it in a clean story version. But basically, I've always kind of salivated at the mouth at like hot guys that I like vibed with. And like I've always been kind of maybe aggressive about moving things along. Like I had sex at a very young age. Even still, I thought it was a few years too late. Like I was ready to party when I was young. So, anyways, I have always been this way. I actually identify as hypersexual, but also demisexual, which is very an interesting mix because I don't have or enjoy casual sex with people, but for the most part. But I have more meaningful connection, emotion-based experiences, and then when I find those people, then I have a high sex drive. So if I don't have anyone in my life like that, I just don't have sex. Like it's just, I can go months. It is what it is. So that's a little bit about me, but I've always been interested in the boys. I call them boys affectionately. I still do as an adult because I just loved that right fucking adolescent love, man. Oh, and my sexual coming of age, I think. Let's just say there was a guy I liked named John. I'm not going to say his last name, but in real life, I would have said it because we normally said the whole name. And he was a guy I crushed on hard. And yeah, I liked him. We did date a little bit. I have told a story about him on my channel before. It is actually a story called something like I Made Him Cry, trying to have sex with him. It was a story when I was younger of a guy who was like a lot of like full of talk at school. Like he's been with all these girls and had all these experiences. And then I got him in a ditch behind a post office in my rural town of Hampton and tried to whip it out. And the guy started crying on me because he didn't want to go all the way. And I was like, mind fucked. I mean, this guy was the guy saying he was doing all the girls. So it was just very confusing. So I have told a story about that. If I remember, I will put the link in the description of this video. But basically, it was John, and I liked John a lot. And then we would break up or not, whatever. Believe it or not, I never had sex with him. I was too young still to have had that experience. When I knew him, I guess. I don't know why. No, it's because he didn't have sex with me. That's why. I was like, why did I not fuck that guy? Okay. I think I would have. I definitely did other things with John. Okay, let's just put it that way. So, anyways, I remember that we would go to the same school. We went to Curtis High School, and there's a friend of ours, Melissa, and she had a red convertible car, and she was in like grade 12. I was definitely in like grade 9, and it was cool to know a girl with a car with a convertible like at school. So once in a while, I would jump in the back of her convertible with John and skip school. And we would drive around. We'd go to like the coffee time up the street, and you'd have to buy something or they'd kick you the fuck out. Like this, it was a no loitering kind of place. So you all knew, like, what are you getting? Can you just make sure you eat your bagel really slowly or drink your coffee really slowly so that we can hang out there? But normally we do things like go to coffee time and just sit there and shoot the shit. But this time we had a car. So we drove around. It was so fun. Me and him were flirting in the back seat. And it's, clothes were on and everything. I mean, we're in public. And then we asked, do you guys want to go to the beach? And we were like, okay, sure. And when I say beach, I mean, I'm in Canada. Okay. So this was like Curtis or Oshawa beachfront. It was nice enough for like the locals, but people don't like it's not like a beachfront. Not like the way you'd expect. So anyways, I have to tell this part of the story too, because it's still important. On our way to the beach, we decided to go, we left coffee time, and we got in our car and we went behind the string of stores to, when the coffee time was here, we went behind, like as if we were like dumpster people picking up the garbage, but we drove behind. And we were just mouthing off, being teenagers, whatever, being stupid, no seatbelts on, whatever. And I'll remember this forever because I was here, John was here in the back seat, Melissa was here, and John was standing up while we were driving, like standing, not sitting. Okay? Just being silly, whatever. Well, don't you know it? There is what looks like a thin clothesline of maybe it was a phone line, maybe it was, I don't know. It was a wire across that we didn't see. And we are damn lucky that it went just over his head, because we all looked at each other when we realized that we had just drove fast under an unknown wire while someone was standing up in the back of a convertible. We knew what we had just almost had happen, and it would have been terrible. So that was something I remember happening that kind of made us like sit more responsibly and be like, okay, let's put our fucking seatbelts on, right? So anyways, we go to the beach. Basically it's no one really around. I don't know what season it was, but it was nice enough that you could hang out outside in Canada without even maybe a sweater on. So it must have been our summer-ish, because we were still in school. And so I remember Melissa, we would all, we got out of the car, there's other people there in their cars. So it's kind of like I don't know what they call it, like a tailgate party or something, where people just show up at the beach and tailgate out of their cars, right? So that was kind of cool. And then, while Melissa was occupied, John and I decided to sneak away from like the group of people and disappear into the beachfront area. And it was me running off with a guy I liked, knowing that he was initiating this naughty behavior, which made me even more excited. And we basically went and looked for a place where we could just make out. And we found the place. It was on these rocks. Now the rocks were flat, so we could lay on them, and they were pretty large, but it was like the water would you'd hear it kind of hitting up against the rocks. It was as close to the water you could get in this area, but most people wouldn't go down that far. So we lay down there. I'm laying on this rock. I'm making out with a guy I like, just, feeling it in every way. I'm basically a badass because I had skipped school that day. So I'm like riding an adrenaline high. And I'm pretty sure I gave him probably a handy or something, but you know what? I don't know what else, and I'm not going to go into detail like that on here. But I remember the rolling around slowly on the rocks with making out with a guy I liked. And little did I know that memory would be itched in my brain forever, because it was a happy moment. It was one of the first memories I ever made with a guy that I liked, that felt in a way like taboo, but also enthusiastically like fun and like, I don't know. I mean, I just didn't have as much experience back then, but man, I have a crush on him. And everyone knew it. All my friends knew it, because I don't let things go very easily, apparently, crushes. So I used to crush on people hard. Now I'm going to tell a couple more details about a couple different guys. I used to like a guy named Josh when I was in, what grade was I? I think I was in grade 8, but anyways, I like a guy named Josh. We all went to a camp overnight. The school did. It was called Camp Towingo or something. It was a 1 night or whatever thing, 2 night thing, whatever. We go there. I'm in a cabin with a bunch of girls. There's a bunch of a boys' cabin area later, over there. But we all meet for activities, and we meet for the dining hall. And so I was way too shy. I know it's hard to believe. I was way too shy to talk to the guys I liked until I was like in my 20s. Like I would have just stood there, stone-faced, like paralyzed, couldn't interact. So I used to be very shy about that. So there was a guy like Josh, but I didn't want to tell Josh I liked him. So instead, me and the girls all took my markers, and I had jeans on at the time. Hang on just one second. I just want to make sure something's happening. Can you guys still see me? I actually just don't know if my video just went out. Can somebody comment? I don't know if the actual thing, yeah, you can see me. Okay. I don't know why I can't fucking see me. That's fucking weird. Anyways, as long as you guys can see me, that's kind of what matters. But basically, oh shit, what was I saying now? How am I supposed to do without seeing myself? That's so fucking weird. I don't know. All right. I don't know what I was saying because now I'm all lost. But I don't even see my face. So this is very odd. Can someone, Art, now that you're here, can you comment and say whether or not you can see me? I just want to make sure I don't waste everyone's time if I'm like not able to be. Okay, so good. All right, whatever. I'll just keep talking and see if it works out. But basically, okay, good, because I can't fucking see me. So if I get a boogie and I start, you know what? It's because I don't know. It's because I forgot. Okay, whatever. I'm doing this blind. So what was I saying? Can someone remind me? I know I was talking about, okay, Josh. So me and the girls in the cabin took all my markers and I heart Josh all over my jeans, like all over my jeans. And then I wore them to the dining hall. And he was there and he saw, and I was still too shy to fucking talk to him. So I didn't. I was a bit embarrassed about my excessiveness, but I also was kind of proud. It gets a bit worse. I actually was so obsessed with this guy named Josh at this time that when I got my food, I would like spell out his name in the carrot pieces and stuff. Be like, Josh. Like, I don't know. This is where I was. I was love hungry as a kid, as like a teenager. I have always just had big hearts in my eyes, especially for guys that I liked. So, yeah, it has been a fun ride with that. But I just remember the story with John rolling around on the rocks, and you know, I still keep in touch with this guy a little bit. I mean, I'm on his Facebook. I see he has a kid now and everything, and he's doing well in life. So that's cool. It's kind of weird when you see your like adolescent crush or boyfriend like grow up and like have their own family and like their own like transformation. So it's kind of cool to see everyone grow up. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I never did sleep with him, and I'm pretty sure I slept with whoever came after him though. Just saying. I really can't see myself. I'm finding myself a little mind-fucked about it, so I'm going to have to end the stream here. But I came here and I wanted to tell you that story, and I'm glad I did. I'm so sorry I didn't get to these comments. Let me see if I can grab a few now. Okay, I love that you guys are all here and commenting. I really appreciate it. I see that R is here. Big Red, Justin, hello everyone. Nick, there's just so many people I would love to acknowledge because you took time out of your day. So thank you. Okay, what's my favorite position? A doggy style. I love all your compliments. My podcast, yeah. So if you search the word Toronto Unicorn in the podcast section of Apple Podcasts or Spotify, you will find I have a variety of podcasts. One of them is called Sex and Swinging with Toronto Unicorn. It's about the swinger lifestyle. It's a lot of interviews with different swingers, single people, singles, couples, whoever. I also have my Real Sex Club and Swinger Lifestyle podcast, which is an audio cut of my YouTube channel. And then I have a Live Unapologetically Yourself podcast, which is basically some really good life hacks for your mental health that I've learned along the way to stop taking shit from people and live a better life, more authentic life, and be fucking at peace with yourself about it. So that's something my passion project that I'm building right now from the ground up, and I'm really excited about it. I also have a free podcast called Sex Stories with TorontoUnicorn, and it's where I'm allowed to say the bad words and not get in trouble, and they're still free, so you can go and listen to them. So yeah, definitely look me up. My website is always going to have these links. By all means, Google me. Might be worth it. Yeah, Canada does have hotel takeover parties. I have never been to one yet. I don't know how well they're advertised in Canada. They might more be like a locally advertised thing, but we definitely do. All right. Yeah, have I ever met someone you knew at the club? Yeah, I ran into a coworker once, a guy. We worked together. It was awkward for a moment, but then we talked and, we said, well, clearly, I said, well, clearly you're cool now. And he just kind of laughed because I broke the ice by saying, all right, we're both cool now. The awkward part was that he did try to have sex with me, and I don't like him as a coworker, right? And so I remember saying to him, that's a big red bracelet on that one, meaning the red bracelet you wear says like, no, not interested. So instead of just saying, no, I don't want to, I was like, that's a big red bracelet on that idea. So yeah, so thank you guys for being here. I hope you enjoyed this story. I've been wanting to record it for a while, and I felt the need to do it authentic without editing, and hopefully me losing my shit in the middle about not seeing is just going to add charm to this, because normally I would edit that out. So you guys let me know in a comment. Did it add charm, or do I look like I deserve to be back in the editing room making it smoother? I would love to know your feedback on what kind of content you like. All right. Thank you, everybody. I love you all so very much.